So recently I've really had this urge to do something uncomfortable. I think it's really good for the brain to do things that you don't typically think you're capable of, because the easiest promises to break are the promises you make to yourself. But the more promises you keep to yourself, the more you will believe in yourself, because you've proven to yourself time and time again, I put these hard things in front of me, I promised myself I would do them, and I got them done. That is the hardest thing to do, and the hardest thing to consistently keep up with, because it's so easy to break a promise you made to yourself, because there's no accountability. And when I plan things, I give myself a lot more time to stress out about them, so I planned this about 6 hours before it was time to do it. And you all know the feeling where at night you have this random hit of, I'm gonna do so much and I'm gonna turn my life around, and then you wake up and you're like, well, now I'm tired and groggy, I don't want to do that anymore. That night I was feeling really good about this. So I just ended stream about an hour ago, and I drank a Monster in the last hour of stream, and it's currently 11:54, and I have to be up in 6 hours. I have to get up because I have to go climb a mountain. I don't have to, I'm choosing to. Hooray! And then the next morning hit. Currently 7:13 in the morning. We're on the way now. We'll get there at around 8, maybe a little earlier. The place we're going is called Devil's Marble Yard. The very end of the hike is a rock scramble, meaning there's not really a trail or anything. You just kind of get on all fours and scale some rocks. I think that will be an incredibly humbling experience for me. This is like when I usually go to bed. The sunrise was beautiful. Also, I made the realization that most sunrises, I do see them, but I see them when I'm going to sleep, not when I'm getting up. That's probably not healthy either. I slept a strong, and I mean a powerful 2 hours, because I'm really, really bad at falling asleep. And you know, it was a bit chillier than they were calling for in the weather. When I woke up in the morning, I immediately almost called it off, but that was kind of the whole point of this trip. And specifically, one thing you need to know about this hike is it's not exactly the most simple hike, because over half of it requires you to be on all fours, which is interesting. So anyways, we got to the place. It was time to hike, baby. For a moment, let me give you a break from my voice. The higher we got, the more icy it got, the more snow was everywhere. It was still fucking chilly. And then after a good amount of time had passed, we reached the bottom of the marble yard. That's what we did. Ugh. That's where we're going. Oh, fuck. So we are here. Put the camera down! So we're at the bottom of what's about to beat our ass. This is why it's called the Devil's Marble Yard, if you're a dumbass and you didn't notice. But it does not stop right there. It goes up and to the left, and it will be, I don't know if it does it justice on camera, but it will be double the elevation change we just did, which is over there. That's why I pay you good money. It was time to ascend. So we start on up the mountain. Not to make this about me, it is my channel though. I have really bad heartburn right now. Aww. What have I eaten today to cause that? Well, I had a half a pound of beef earlier, and then I had a KFC chicken sandwich. I'm going to eat carrots after this, if that makes it any better. Listen, man, my diet is simple. If it has protein, it goes in my belly. So we're scrambling up the rocks, okay? 15 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, an hour goes by. Nothing will put into perspective how difficult this was. It was icy, it was snowy. We got about halfway up the rock scramble before we realized we're only about halfway. We thought we were very close to done, and we were not even close. So then other people show up. And at first, the Gen Z in me was like, oh, I don't want to see other people. I don't want to be perceived. I don't want to speak to them. And then I said, no, Dom, we're breaking the mold today. So I made conversation with them, and it turns out they were incredibly nice, great people. So then I broke my watch. I cracked it. I bumped it on a really, really sharp rock, and it immediately cracked. So we keep ascending, and we get to the top. But guess what? Our friends that we had just met, they kept going. The competitive spirit in me told me I should keep going. But then I asked them, I said, is there actually like a summit up there? Is there a place we can go? Or is this really the top? And one dude said, I've hiked this quite a few times and I can tell you that you've already passed where you're supposed to stop. Yes! That gave me enough evidence that I don't need to go any further, okay? Because I didn't want to. Why? Tired. But not to sell myself short, I still came, saw, and conquered exactly as I planned to. And I cracked my watch. Oh. So then, we begin our descent. I saw this fucking icy, freezing cold, but crystal clear water in a little pool. The first thing I said was, oh, I hope there's no brain-eating amoeba. And then I grabbed a big old meaty chunk of ice and threw it in for dramatic effect and to show you how much of an alpha male I really am. Now it's cold. Guys, cold exposure therapy, you will never understand it until you do it. It releases such an unbelievable amount of dopamine into your body, something that doom scrolling on TikTok for years on end could never do to you. The first time I felt good, and then I said, let me do it again, bro. And I went under again. Maybe I did too much because I like lost consciousness for a second. I was just sitting there like this. It gave my brain freeze a brain freeze. It was so fucking cold. But then when it fades, dude, I felt like I slept 11 hours. I felt so fucking good. I'm not kidding at all. I wish I could go back and dunk my head again. And that's exactly what I did. Literally like half a mile down the trail, there was another spot. And I said, ooh. All I'm trying to say to you is, the reason I felt so great wasn't because I went on a hike. It wasn't because it was cold out. It wasn't because I was covered in mud from eating shit multiple times. It wasn't because I dunked my head underwater. It was because I did something I wasn't sure I could do. Get up really fucking early and go exert a bunch of energy, all while being around other people? I did that. And I made a video out of it. Also, I did get a new watch. Here, I even filmed a review portion for you, because then it's a tax write-off. So you guys know how I cracked and scratched up my watch really bad while climbing Devil's Marble Yard, obviously, because you just watched the whole video about it. Great news. I not only bought another watch.
Dom, why the fuck would you buy a whole new watch just for a cracked screen?
Because this I got for a ridiculous deal, and it's a newer generation than this one. The watch I just bought is usually quite expensive, but I got it for a little over $100. So here is the slightly dirty, slightly dusty returned Apple Watch. If you don't know, this is an SE and this is an SE2. I'm a firm believer that actual premium Apple Watch models don't matter unless you're like a healthcare professional or your entire job is fitness. Cause I gotta be honest, I don't care about most of those features as a consumer. Oh, I think this one has a GPS, which mine doesn't have. Yes. Oh, we're getting an unboxing experience. Oh my, I'm feeling crazy premium right now. Anybody else? Just me? Imagine I dropped it and cracked it. How funny would that be, guys? That'd be so funny. And then we've got the band. It's a sport band. It actually looks like it might be tinted blue. This is their new sport band. It's called a Sport Loop. If you guys give a single fuck. Again, I've had this for quite a few years. The scratches around the edges were probably mostly from past experiences. But that massive ass crack and that right there, that's the big problem is now this watch isn't water resistant anymore. And I take this thing swimming, I take it in the shower. So that's why it was such a bummer. That was the big deal. And then here's the new one. clean as can be. The actual casing of the watch is much thinner. I'm excited to turn it on because right now we're just staring at two pieces of metal. Listen, I just went to the gym and then immediately went on a hike. I'm allowed to look like shit. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Honestly, I had a great time during this trip. I've already gone on a few hikes since then, and all I really wanna say is challenge yourself. Make a promise to yourself and keep it. You will feel something that other forms of dopamine, other forms of adrenaline could never make you feel. Proud of yourself, okay? Get outside, go do something difficult, go do something out of your comfort zone. I hope you guys love this video. I hope you love the cat. I'm gonna go take some heartburn medicine. If you have any ideas for future videos, I would love to hear them. Especially if you have any music ideas for videos, because you guys know music is kind of my bread and butter. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end, and I will see you when I see you.